Hello dear students, once again welcome back to the online session of Upper Public School Kalburgi. Myself JOJISH, your English teacher, and I welcome all of you to the grammar class. Dear students, in the previous class we have learned the prepositions and now we are going to learn the lesson number 9, that is conjunction. This chapter is very easy and always you are using conjunction by knowingly or unknowingly in your sentences. So in this video or in this class, let us study something detailedly about what is conjunction and where we have to use conjunction, what are the types of conjunctions are there, and what are the important rules are there to use conjunction. So come to the chapter, lesson number 9, conjunction. First of all, let's see the definition of conjunction. A conjunction is a word that joins two words, phrases, or clauses, even we are telling sentences. The definition is very clear here. A conjunction is a word that joins two words, two phrases, or two clauses. Sometimes we call it sentences. Let us see few examples. 2 and 2 makes 4. Can you identify the conjunction here? Yes, it is and. 2 and 2 makes 4. To identify the conjunction here in this video, I have given the conjunction in a different color. So conjunction is in red color. 2 and 2 makes 4. So here and is used to join two words. Which all are the two words here? That is 2, 2. These are the words. So these two words are joined by the conjunction and. Let us see the second one. My room key is either on the table or in the bag. Can you identify the conjunction here? Yes, it is either or. Here two conjunctions are there. So these conjunctions are called the conjunction which is used as pair. So they work together. My room key is either on the table or in the bag. Let us come to the third one. They rushed to the hospital, but they were too late. So what is the conjunction here? Yes, the conjunction is but. So we have to identify or we have to remember one important thing here. Look at the third example. They rushed to the hospital, but they were too late. Here the conjunction but is joining two clauses, two independent clauses. So what do you mean by clauses? Clauses are part of sentence which can stand by itself or it can give complete meaning. A clause will be having a subject and a predicate. So independent clause can stand alone and which gives complete sense. When we come to the second example, my room key is either on the table or in the bag. Here we are use a pair of conjunction and it joins two phrases. What all are the two phrases here? One is on the table, another one is in the bag. To join two phrases, we used pairs of conjunction. So as for our definition, a conjunction is a word that joins two words, two phrases or clauses. That only we are telling as sentences. The first example, conjunction is and joining two words. Second example, the conjunction is either or joining two phrases. And the third example, conjunction is but joining two clauses. Now we are going to study the types of conjunction here in this video. Before what we have explained about the conjunction, it was just an example or it was just an introduction. Now we are going to study the kinds of conjunctions or types of conjunction. The first one is coordinating conjunctions, second one is subordinating conjunctions, and the third one is correlative conjunctions. These are the three types of conjunctions we are going to learn through this video. So let's come to the first one, that is coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions always come between the words or phrases or clauses that they join. When we told the definition of the conjunction, we have already discussed conjunctions joins two words, two phrases or clauses. So the first kind of conjunction is coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunctions always come between the words, between phrases, between clauses that they join. Phrases means phrases can't give or can stand alone in the sentence. Phrases will not give a proper meaning. So it will always go with other words in the sentences. But a clause can stand alone in the sentence and it can give a complete sense. At the same time, phrase cannot give a complete sense. To remember the coordinating conjunctions, what are the coordinating conjunctions we are using? Example, for, and, nor, but, or, yet. So these are the conjunctions we are using as coordinating conjunctions. To remember these coordinating conjunctions, we can just remember fanboys. What is the spelling of fanboys? Fanboys. Why we want to remember fanboys? Because when we remember the acronym fanboys, easily we can identify the coordinating conjunctions. How it is possible? So, the first letter F for, A for and, N for nor, B for but, O for or, yet, Y for yet, and S for so. From every conjunction, we are taking the first letter of this conjunction. F, A, N, B, O, Y, S. So when we remember fanboys, easily we can remember what are the coordinating conjunctions. F is for, A is for and, N is for nor, B is for but, O is for or, Y is for yet, S is for so. These are the coordinating conjunctions. So to remember these coordinating conjunctions, remember the acronym fanboys. So that is an easy method to remember coordinating conjunctions. Now let us study something detailing how the coordinating conjunctions we can use in our sentences. First of all, let us discuss about for. For presents reason. Why we are using for as a conjunction? Because it presents reason. For example, I have to find a new job, for I am unemployed. So here, what is the conjunction? Yes, it is for. I have to find a new job, for I am unemployed. So when we read this sentence, one important rule we have to understand when we study about conjunction. Now we are studying about the coordinating conjunctions. So for is used here to join two clauses. Already I have discussed what is clause. Clause is a part of sentence will be having a subject and have a predicate. It can stand by itself and gives complete sense. So when we join two clauses by the help of a coordinating conjunctions, we have to remember some important rule. We can't join coordinating conjunction simply for joining two clauses. Remember, when we want to join two clauses by the use of coordinating conjunctions, remember the rule that after the first clause, put a comma. Comma is very important. Here, listen the sentence. I have to find a new job. That is the first clause. I am unemployed. That is the second clause. These two clauses are joined by the coordinating conjunction for. So I have to find a new job, comma, for I am unemployed. So these two clauses are joined by coordinating conjunction for. So remember, when we want to join two clauses by coordinating conjunction, always use a comma after the first clause. So these two clauses are independent clause. So I repeat once more, when we want to join two independent clauses by coordinating conjunctions, always use a comma after the first independent clause. Now let us come to the second one, and. Where we are using and? And used to show addition presents ideas that are similar. Used to show addition presents ideas that are similar. Example, I am a husband and father. So here and is used join two words. What are the two words? The first one is husband, second one is father. I am a husband and father. And can you just tell that what is the difference between first one and second one? Because I have already told first one is joining two independent clauses. Second one is join two words. So when we are joining two words, we don't use comma. So remember, by coordinating conjunction, if we are joining two independent clauses, put comma after the first independent clause. Otherwise, if a sentence or if words are joined by coordinating conjunction, or one independent clause and one phrase are joined by coordinating conjunction, or phrases are joined by coordinating conjunction, we don't use comma. Remember, we use comma only the coordinating conjunctions are joining two clauses only. Okay. Now let us come to the third one, nor. Nor presents a negative idea with another. It gives negative idea. Nor, the usages of nor is to give negative idea with another. For example, I can't whistle, nor can I sing. What is the conjunction here? No. Yes, absolutely, you are right. I can't whistle, nor can I sing. Here also I used a comma. I can't whistle, then I put a comma there. After that only I used conjunction nor can I sing. Can you tell why I used comma here? Yes, you are correct, because I used two independent clauses here. I can't whistle. Can I sing? These two are two sentences. So these two independent clauses or these two meaningful sentences joined by a coordinating conjunction nor. That's why I used comma just before the first independent clause. Now the fourth one, but. But presents ideas that are opposite. Opposites ideas which will be presented by the conjunction but. For example, I ordered a watch 3 weeks ago but still haven't received it. What is the conjunction here? Yes, it is but. I ordered a watch 3 weeks ago but still haven't received it. You can see here there are no commas. I did not use any comma here. And coordinating conjunction but is used here. Because in this sentence, there is only one independent clause. Another one is not the independent clause, it is a phrase. I ordered a watch 3 weeks ago is an independent clause, but the second one, still haven't received it, is not a clause, it is a phrase. So when we use independent clause and a phrase, we don't use comma. Remember, when we want to use comma with coordinating conjunction, two sentences should be an independent clause or independent clauses should be joined. Then only we can use comma for the when we are telling about the coordinating conjunction. So here one independent clause is there but another one is a phrase. So we don't want to use comma there. I ordered a watch 3 weeks ago but still haven't received it. Fifth one, or. It shows an option or choice. Or many times we are using in our daily language. Or shows an option or choice. which color do you like, red or blue? So here or is connecting to noun phrase red, blue. There is no usages of comma here because it is connecting two words. Now the fourth one, it is sixth one. It's yet, presence and outcome. Why we want, where we have to use yet, or for what reason? It presents an outcome. The weather was very cold, yet we played in the yard. The weather was very cold, yet we played in the yard. So remember, there also I used a comma because these two are independent clauses. The coordinating conjunction yet is joining here two independent clauses. That's why after the first independent clause I used comma. So remember, when we want to use coordinating conjunction, if coordinating conjunctions are joining two independent clauses, use a comma after the first independent clause. Otherwise, we don't use any commas when we use coordinating conjunctions. Seventh one, so. It presents a consequence or result. So presents a consequence or result. Example, she was sick, so she couldn't attend the meeting. Here also there are two independent clauses. What is the first clause? She was sick. Second one, she couldn't attend meeting. These two independent clauses are connected by the conjunction so. So that's why I have used a comma after the first independent clause. She was sick, so she couldn't attend the meeting. So remember, these are the examples of coordinating conjunctions. The main rule already I have discussed with you. Once more I am repeating that when we want to use coordinating conjunction to join two clauses, always use a comma after the first clause. Otherwise, we are not using any commas. We are only using conjunctions to join words or phrases. Now, the second kind or the second type of conjunction is subordinating conjunction. A subordinating conjunction is a word that connects an independent clause to a dependent clause. So this many times we were telling only the independent clauses. Now we have to learn about the dependent clause. So the word itself gives meaning. Dependent means depending upon something. A subordinating conjunction is a word that connects an independent clause to a dependent clause. That means when we take a sentence, there will be a dependent clause and there will be an independent clause. What are the conjunction we are using as subordinating conjunctions? Because, although, so that, after, before, if, whether, unless, until. These are some of the examples of subordinating conjunctions, and let us study these conjunctions by the use of an example. Look at this example. After they pass the town, they must turn to the left. One more. They must turn to the left after they pass the town. There are two sets of examples are there by using the conjunction after. First one, after they pass the town, they must turn to the left. The conjunction after is used at the beginning of the sentence. Second set of the sentence, they must turn to the left after they pass the town. Second, the conjunction after is used at the middle of the sentences. So here we have to understand one important rule. When we study about subordinating conjunction, we have already studied in the definition that subordinating conjunctions which connects one independent clause to a dependent clause. So listen to the sentence, after they pass the town, I put a comma there, they must turn to the left. So here, what is the independent clause? They must turn to the left is the independent clause here. After they pass the town is the dependent clause, because that is not complete. After they pass the town, what happened? There is one question. So we can't stop the sentence by that. So after they pass the town is the dependent clause. So that clause is depend on the independent. After they pass the town, they must turn to the left. When that dependent clause connects the independent clause, then only this sentence will be having a meaning. So remember the important rule here. Whenever we use subordinating conjunction at the beginning of the sentence, we always use a comma after the dependent clause or before the independent clause. See, after they pass the town, comma, they must turn to the left. They must turn to the left is the independent clause used at the beginning after they pass the town. So when subordinating conjunction comes in middle, we don't use any comma. So remember, when dependent clause come as first, we always use a comma after that. When independent clause come first, there is no comma. That means if we want to dependent clause first, the conjunction will be used as the starting word. If we want to use independent clause first, the conjunction will be at the middle of the sentence. So if conjunctions come at the middle of the sentence, there is no comma. If conjunction comes at the beginning of the sentence, always put a comma after the dependent clause. Now let us come to the second one. They will not pass the math exam unless they work harder. So what is the independent clause here? It is always used in the beginning. They will not pass the math exam is the independent clause unless they work harder. Unless is the conjunction here. This is subordinating conjunction. They will not pass the math exam unless they work harder. So unless is used at the middle of the sentence, so there is no comma, because first we used independent clause. So when we used independent clause, we are not putting any commas because the conjunction is used at the middle. Unless they work harder, they will not pass the math exam. Now dependent clause came first and conjunction also came first. Unless is a conjunction and they work harder. Unless they work harder, it's not complete. So it is a dependent clause. Comma, they will not pass the math exam. I hope you understood the idea behind that subordinating conjunction. Third one, I'm staying in because it's snowing. I'm staying in because it's snowing. There is no commas because it is the conjunction used there. Because is the conjunction used there. It is in the middle. So I'm staying in because it is snowing. I am saying so. First is independent clause, then conjunction, then the dependent clause. Because it is snowing, I am staying in. Conjunction came first, dependent clause used first, so comma is there. Fourth one, before we go to the bed, we will wash our feet first. The same as we have told before it is. Before is the conjunction here. Before we go to the bed, comma, we will wash our feet first. Dependent clause came first, then we put comma, we will wash our feet, after that independent clause. We will wash our feet first before we go to the bed. We will wash our feet first before we go to the bed. As we have told the previous example, the same example also, the same rule also will be followed here. Now the third one is correlative conjunctions. A correlative conjunctions come in pairs and each pair works as a team. Correlative, there is no particular rules for this one. So correlative conjunctions are working as a pairs. For example, both and, either or, neither nor, not only but also, whether or. These all conjunctions are pairs of conjunction which works as team. Let us see few examples by the use of correlative conjunctions. I will either do my job or leave the company. I will either do my job or leave the company. Either and or is used as a conjunction here to join two phrases. She is not only pretty but also extremely smart. She is not only pretty but also extremely smart. This conjunction is an example of correlative conjunction because not only but also the conjunctions here works as a team. You must make a decision whether to stay or to go. You must make a decision whether to stay or go. Whether and go is the conjunction here. The company deals in both hardware and software. Both and is the pairs of conjunction here. The company deals in both hardware and software. And these are the topic, or these are the ideas I want to explain to you, and I believe that I explained it properly, and you all understood what is a conjunction and what are the types of conjunction and how we can use these conjunctions in our examples. And the important rules already I discussed here. So go through the video once more, understand the rules we have to use with the conjunctions. Three types of conjunction we discussed: coordinating conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions, and correlating conjunction. What are the rules we have to remember when we use coordinating conjunction? What are the rules we have to remember when we use coordinating conjunction? And what is correlating conjunctions? Remember and study all these things. Watch the video and clarify the doubts. We will meet you in the next day. Till then, goodbye.